Hey everyone, it's Stina with Motive and Method. So today I want to talk briefly about the Siders family case out of Southern Ohio. And yes, I live in Ohio, but Northeast Ohio. So this is not exactly around the corner from me. Although I did ask my sister last night if she wanted to take a little drive to Southern Ohio with me, and she bluntly declined. Let's just put it that way. It's rude, honestly. No. But in all seriousness, this case is very disturbing. And because it is still developing, I want to be very clear up front. We do not know everything yet. The investigation is ongoing. We have some statements from officials, but we do not have the full picture yet. What we know so far is that 16 children were removed from a home in Hamden, Ohio. Authorities have said the children were living in horrific conditions. The children reportedly range in age from about 18 months to 18 years old. Some reports say several of the children were hospitalized, and at least 2 were flown to trauma centers, as of the last reporting that I heard. The parents, Elizabeth and Gary Siders Jr., and Gary's parents, Gary Sr. and Christina Siders, have been charged with child endangerment. They have all pleaded not guilty, as far as I know. So legally, these are allegations at this point. But the condition of the children, from what has been reported, is beyond heartbreaking. We're talking about children who were reportedly isolated, unschooled, developmentally delayed, and in some cases, unable to speak in the way you would expect children to speak. And one of the reports I saw said the oldest child, around 18, could not write her name. That is not just a messy house. That is not just poverty, and it's not just a family being overwhelmed. That is a whole system of isolation, in my opinion. And here is where I want to be careful, but also honest about what my gut is telling me. My instinct, and this is speculation, not fact, we don't know the facts yet, is that Elizabeth may have been a victim inside the system. That does not erase what happened to the children, of course. It does not erase that. Nor does it excuse the neglect, and it does not make the children's suffering any less horrific. But Elizabeth was reportedly 15 when she married Gary Jr., who was 18. And when I hear that, and then I hear about 16 children, isolation, avoiding medical and government oversight, children hidden away from normal schooling and socialization, my brain immediately goes to coercive control. Again, that is not me declaring a fact. That is me saying this is one of the questions I think investigators are going to have to look at. Was Elizabeth an equal participant, or was she controlled? Was she indoctrinated into this life so young that she didn't even understand another way out? Or is the truth somewhere in the middle, where she may have been victimized herself and still failed her children in catastrophic ways? Because both things can be true. A person can be a victim in one part of the story and still be responsible for the harm done to children. And then we have Gary Jr. Reports say authorities were already going to the home in connection with unrelated indecent exposure charges or warrants involving Gary Jr. And that is a major red flag to me. Because when you have allegations involving indecent exposure, and then you also have children hidden away, isolated, unschooled, and reportedly in terrible condition, I'm sorry, but my mind goes to very dark possibilities. And also for Elizabeth, too, because she may have been subjected to things like that. I'm not saying that happened. No, we don't know yet. And I'm not accusing anyone of something that has not been charged. But I am saying that I want to know exactly why those children were kept so isolated. Why were they hidden from schools? Why were they allegedly kept away from doctors? Although apparently, as far as we know, she went to the hospital to have all of her children. Why were they not socialized? Why did it reportedly take unrelated investigation to even get authorities into that house? But that is the part that really gets me. These children were apparently right there, in Ohio, in a community, and somehow, allegedly, 16 children were living like this for years. So for now, I'm watching 3 things. 1, what investigators find out about the children's actual living conditions and medical conditions. 2, whether there are additional charges beyond child endangerment. And 3, what comes out about Elizabeth's role, whether she was acting freely, whether she was under coercive control, or whether the reality is more complicated than any of us can understand right now. Because I'll be honest, my gut says that this is not just a neglect case. My gut says there is a much larger story underneath that. And for the sake of those children, I hope investigators get all the way to the bottom of it. So please let me know what you think in the comments. But also, do you want me to keep following this case as more information comes out? And as always, this is commentary and analysis based on publicly reported information. Everyone charged is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in court. I'm Stina. This is Motive and Method, and I'll see you in the next one.